Aloha, good morning. Morning, everyone. So, I am back on YouTube very slowly. I haven't been on YouTube in, let's say, 3 years. It's been a while. In that time, I had the allotments, which is where my last video was. I had a friend who helped me set up the allotments. I gave up the allotments, I got married, and we've moved cities, and here we are. Life has happened, but this year I decided to start posting garden tours once a week just to show you the garden that I'm in at the moment, because things are changing every single day. I've been here for one season, which is 1 year, and I've been growing in pots. So I just wanted to share this garden with you, share this experience with you, and as and when the journey changes, I can document that as well. So welcome to the garden. Welcome to the garden. Welcome to the garden. Come on, let me show you. So this is the broad scope of the garden. Got all the currant bushes, all the herbs, everything on the side. I'm just going to show you an overview before we move on to the rest of the garden in detail. So these pots are semi-empty. They've got some compost in there, ready for the season. This is where we have the loganberries, the teaberries, the blackberries, the chard, the raspberries, and we've got some rhubarb here that I harvested from recently, and also we've got the figs coming to life with some hostas as well. Coming out to the very back, we've got the fruit trees, and we've also got some nettles that I potted. The grapes are here. I'll come out here in detail, and then the rest of the fruit trees as well. So the first part of the tour will be this patch of the garden where most of the perennial fruit bushes are situated. Some of them I only got them last year, and others I haven't bought anything this year actually, but I've had some for years. This blueberry was in my allotment. The currant bushes were also in the allotment, and then got some gooseberries as well. So I'll bring you in for a closer look just so you can see what everything is. This right here is a buddleia. I used to work in a garden centre, and they had some plants that were either for sale or that were being thrown away. So I collected some of the plants, and this buddleia was one of them. It's a white buddleia, so the flowers are white, which is so uncommon because the ones you see in the UK are mainly purple. And I also propagated the buddleia just over here, and it's thriving for me. I love this. So beautiful. I can't wait to see them bloom properly this year, because last year they were healing from their propagation. So I'm so excited for this year. Can't wait for the buddleia. And then I've got some yarrow as well. I grew this from seed because it's a very beneficial medicinal plant. I haven't used it properly, to be fair. I got some flowers last year and I used that to make tea, but I haven't used the fronds. So my plan this year is to research it further and use it properly. And I'll be posting on my Instagram and my TikTok any kind of recipes that I make and anything that I do with the yarrow as well. I'm very excited. They feel so soft. Ah. Okay, moving on. 3 figs down here that I'll show you the mother plants later on. So the main plant wasn't actually producing for me. However, I wanted them to produce figs, so I thought, let me propagate them. And I propagated them, and these 3 are doing well. I think I propagated 10, and only these 3 took. I used some mycorrhizal fungi, some rooting powder as well, and just normal compost. And these guys are doing really well. I really hope that I get to have some figs this year. That'll make me very, very happy. If not from these, perhaps from the mother plants. Moving on to these beautiful blueberries. I had 2, one called Duke and one called Elizabeth. I believe this is Elizabeth that is remaining. I over-fertilized them last year, so Duke died on me before the season even started. So yeah, I'm so happy Elizabeth is still alive. And it's fitting because my grandma's name is Elizabeth. So very, very fitting. I love that the flowers are opening. There's so many flowers on this plant. So I know this year we're going to be rolling. Okay, no copyright. We're going to be rolling in blueberries. And also, oh, let me be careful. Also, I put some ericaceous compost on these plants this year. I've really been neglectful. Let me just say the truth. I've been neglectful because we had so many changes. We weren't sure, or I wasn't sure. Actually, no, we weren't sure if we're going to continue staying in this house in this season, but we are. And I had some doubts whether I should look after these to the point where they will keep producing for year after, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them basically. So I didn't put them in ericaceous last year. So this year I've put them in ericaceous. Well, I've topped it up with ericaceous, and I'm going to feed them specifically with ericaceous. I fed them last year, but I didn't add any ericaceous compost. So this year they're going to give us lots and lots of berries. Moving on to these 3 blueberry bushes that you see here. So these guys I bought for 10p each from a garden centre. They were on sale and they were being basically thrown out because it was dirt cheap, like 10p. And I bought 12 in total, 2 of each variety. No, I think I bought 14 in total. And some of the varieties have died back, so we only have this one called Blue Jay. This one is thriving. That's all I can say. It's thriving. I need to speak life into it. It's thriving. It's doing well. It's growing. So that one is thriving. And then we have this one as well. Let me just try and go to the back and find, what is this one? Sorry, darling plants. So this is Denise Blue. Got Blue Jay, Denise Blue, and this one I believe might also be the Denise Blue. So out of all the varieties I bought, I believe I bought 4 varieties, 2 plants each. Yeah. So that's 8. Sorry, not 14. I thought I bought more than that, but no, that's just 8. So only 3 survived, which I'm happy about because we've got blueberries now. And I thought that these 2 would die. So now we've got 4 blueberry plants and they're going to be pollinated together. They're going to give us so many delicious berries, which I cannot wait for. I mean, look at the potential. Look at the potential. Oh, so excited. So excited. So yeah, blueberries later in the season. Can't wait. I'm just interrupting the view of the plants to let you know that I'm freezing. I'm actually freezing. As you can tell, I'm in my loungewear. I didn't plan to do this today. Today was going to be my off day. My off day where I just relaxed, spent time with hubby, relaxed. Then I saw the sun peeking out and I thought, oh, opportunity, let me do the spring garden tour before the plants just go crazy and grow. And I'm freezing, so I'm still going to continue the tour, but just an intermission to let you know that, oh my gosh, spring, oh my gosh. The heat of the sun is not here yet. We're still in the throngs of spring, early spring, but I love it. I'm gonna make a coffee after this and just warm up my body. To it. Back to business. Back to, let me not sing because of copyright. Okay, let's go. Right, so these are gooseberries. Look at them both. Beautiful, thriving, delicious. Can't wait. This is an insect house that my husband bought me. Love him. We haven't had any residents yet, but hopefully they know that it's there. They will come, they will, live, thrive, help pollinate and do all the good things. So this, Let me not break it. This is the season. This is the season for growth. Right, let's get back to it. So, I've got these gooseberries. Also, I just thought I'm clearly not cold because as I'm standing here singing, talking about things that are not to do with plants, I'm clearly not cold. But I am. It's okay. It's okay though. I enjoy being in the garden. Even if it's cold, even if it's freezing, I still enjoy being here, just seeing the plants growing and just seeing all the new developments each and every day. Love it so much. So these are the gooseberries, back to business. As you can see, they've got thorns on them, so I have to be careful when I'm harvesting. But this year they are giving fruits. Look at those flowers, and I'm so happy I bought two next to each other so they can pollinate. Oh my gosh, they can pollinate. So look at that, so beautiful. I've seen the ants pollinating them. There might be aphids on here, not sure, but I've decided to leave the aphids this year because last year, my goodness, I was not in tears, but I was very disheartened because the crabapple tree was infested with aphids. But these look beautiful. I can't wait to harvest gooseberries this year. I bought these from Asda as well. So supermarket bought plants, put them in the pots, left them alone last year because they didn't really flower for me last year. And I completely understand why. They hadn't, they were in a small, tiny pot. They didn't have lots of compost, lots of food. So when I bought them and brought them here, gave them the opportunity to be in a bigger pot, I'm sure throughout the season, their roots spread and they are now giving us fruits this year. So I'm very excited about Gooseberry Fall this year. Yeah, Gooseberry Fall this year. I'm so excited thinking about it. Can't wait. Oh, Lord have mercy, can't wait. And now coming back to the main bosses of the garden at the moment when it comes to fruit production. These currant bushes have been giving me life, and life, not eternal because only Jesus can do that, but life and life abundantly. Amen. Thank you, Daddy. So these fruit bushes, I've got two pink currants. So these two are pink currants. I originally bought a pink, a white, a red, and then a black. However, turns out two are pink, one is red, this one here, and then this is the black currant, which took a long time to actually produce. So I bought it at the same time as the rest, but I read that it takes longer to produce. And compare the size difference between the black currants and, let's say, the pink currants over there. Very different in size. However, last year it produced for the first time, gave us lots of black currants, and I love blackcurrant jam. I didn't use them for blackcurrant jam last year, but this year I am going to make blackcurrant jam, and I'm so excited. The red currants went wild. They gave us masses of fruits, and I can see masses coming as well. How exciting. I loved these bushes last year. They just gave me that proud feeling of you've done something, you've looked after something, and it's giving you back. It's blessing you back. Look at this fly. Early season. Lay your eggs. You come and disturb us in summer, but it's okay. We appreciate you. Thank you. And then the pink currants. I wanted to prune them actually this year, but I left it too late. I kept delaying because I'm not a winter girly, in that you'll find me in the garden in winter. I'm a spring girly, summer girly, and an autumn girly. I'm not a winter girly. So in the winter, I only came out here to throw out bins. That's it. I didn't come out here for anything. Nope, the plants were resting, and so was I. I was also resting. So I didn't prune. I want to prune this year though, just so that I can see the difference it makes in production, or yeah, it gives in production for next year. But I didn't prune this year. And without the pruning, it's still looking lovely. Still looking full and fresh and just absolutely beautiful. And masses of fruits going to be gracing my smoothie blender this year. Oh look, there's even a little, oh my goodness, love that. Can't wait. So good. They bring me so much joy. I love them. So that is it for the fruit bushes. We have strawberry bushes, but I'll go into that in just a moment. Here they are, sing her praise, sing her praise. My goodness, she's even producing again. This strawberry is 4 years old. This plant is 4 years old. If I had thrown it away after looking at online blogs and feedback saying strawberry plants only produce really for 2 years, after that they don't really produce as much, and it's true to an extent. They don't really produce as much, but what they do produce are suckers, and that's what these 4 or 5 beauties are. So all these strawberry plants, all these came from the mother. I fondly call her the mother because she just keeps giving. She keeps giving me babies, and look, giving me fruits as well. This is new compost as well, so I'm sure she's very happy. And I'm sure she's going to give me more babies this year so we can have more strawberry plants next year. I had masses of strawberries from them. Even though they're babies, we still got a good harvest, and I know this year is going to be even better because I have given them fresh compost and I've also mulched them. Can't wait for strawberries as well. It's a lavender plant that I know I butchered. I really butchered this plant. I don't think it's going to come back, and that's okay. I've had it for years. If it doesn't come back, I'm okay with it. I hacked it last year because it was getting too leggy and I wanted a more compact bush. I like structure, and it wasn't giving me structure, and now it's not giving me anything. So yeah, I might buy new lavender or might just leave lavender because I don't really use it that often unless I'm making drinks and I put a sprig or 2 in there, but I'll see how I feel later on in the season. At the point where my hands are frozen, I'm going to put my jacket on, make myself a coffee, and then come back and continue because it's okay. Ooh. Let's go. I'm back out. I'm covered and I've got some coffee. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, warm my hands up, though the cup is boiling. So warm my hands up a little bit, have some warmth inside me, and then I will look at the rest of the garden. I'm even looking at the hostas now, and they have grown significantly. If I didn't do this tour today, I would have missed it. You guys would have missed it as well. So I keep looking at them because it's such a shock. I'll put a picture of what they looked like just a few days ago, and compared to what they look like now, it's flabbergasting. I'm blown away. I might just stand here and talk a little bit actually, because that's what I'm going to be doing anyway, just standing here and staring at plants, so I might as well. Oh, I love this life. I love the garden. Everyone that knows me knows I love to garden, and this is the reason why, to be able to come out here, listen to the birds, be surrounded by greenery, do something with your hands that actually gives back to you. That's what I love. I think it's such a beautiful experience to be able to do this, and now I just want to share that more as well. The sun is coming out, which was the reason why I came out in the first place, because I saw that the sun was shining, and I thought this is a great day to record this for journaling purposes and to share my garden. I know a lot of YouTubers, I watch a lot of YouTubers as well in the UK. However, they have allotments and they have gardens in their house. Some of them have balcony gardens as well, but I haven't seen anyone that has a container garden like I do. So I thought, let me just share this, because this could inspire some people. This could show some people what it's possible to do in containers in the UK, and hopefully that's what these videos do. So yeah, let's get this going. Not yet though, because I'm drinking my coffee. Just having a This is the life. One more sip, I promise, then I'll put it down, then I'll show you around. I'm going to delay the sip though. Let's go. So good. Okay, let's do it. Before I go forward, these are the hostas that I was staring at. Look at that growth, and these are edible as well. I actually bought them to eat them, but the plants themselves are so beautiful that I've ended up not eating any and just left them. I said, oh, this year when they have more shoots, I'll eat them. No, one of them won't be satisfying anyway, so let me just leave them to enjoy their beauty. So this is a mini bird bath / water station for bees. I usually keep it here, but I had to move it so I can show you the currents. This is self-sown. Can I say self-sown? Not really. Me sown. I sowed these dandelions. So I had some plants, you can see them. Let me show you, like here in the garden. So I just got the flowers when they burst. Oh, look at that aphid. I know they're around. Anyway, I forgive them. So that looks like a thistle. How did that get in there? Anyway, weeds get everywhere, so let me not question. So I sowed these dandelions so that I can get the roots. I can harvest their roots. The ones that self-sowed in the blueberries, I've already removed them. However, these ones, I actually planted them. I don't believe their roots will be thick enough, but I'll give them some time. I'm not going to use this container just yet, so when I'm using the container, I will harvest the roots so I can roast them for coffee. I love drinking coffee. I love the smell, I love the taste. However, the caffeine I'm trying to reduce. So if I have a decaf option like dandelion, I can then have something similar to coffee without actually having coffee. So I'm excited for that this year. And then the herb garden, the mini herb garden. Let's start with the OG. So this mint, there are other things in here as well. Let me just pull this out, the weeds. So this mint has been with me for 3 years. This mint is 3 years old and it's never moved from this pot, because if you know mint, it goes everywhere. So once you put it in the ground, it will just pop up everywhere in your garden, because it sends these, like, if you can see this, these runners in the ground, and then they just spread. So I've kept it contained in this pot and it's been growing beautifully ever since. I'm going to harvest the larger ones soon, just for tea, and then I leave the rest to grow, and then I cut them back one big bunch and let them regrow again throughout the season, and it always comes back up for me without fail, even when it looks like this in winter. Always comes back for me. I've got the rosemary. I feel like I need to mix the soil with sand, because it might be waterlogged. When I researched online, it said all the brown is because the rosemary has too much water. You know, it's a Mediterranean plant, so it likes loose soil and dry. So I might just alter the soil later on, but that's not a task for the season. That's for when it's hot outside, I can sit outside and actually function. Function with potted rosemary. And hopefully this year I'll be able to harvest it as well. There is some new growth on there, so it can't be too sad. But we'll see. We'll see. The sage as well, there's lots of new growth, which I love. It was also looking sad at the start of the season. It might just be winter, if I'm being honest with you. It's the same with the thyme. It might just be a winter thing. But I'll see how they grow this year, cut them back. I want to use the thyme to make Jamaican curry, proper jerk chicken this summer. So I'm keeping it for that. Can't wait for that. And I'll harvest the sage as well to make sage and onion stuffing, which I probably won't use to stuff anything. I'll just use it to make stuffing balls. You can have it with roast dinners. Something about the UK British food that I really enjoy, sage and onion stuffing. Oh my gosh, it's divine. I might actually harvest them because we've got lots of onions. Then I can pre-make the stuffing balls and then leave them in the freezer for whenever I need them throughout the year. That is a good project. Oh, the leaves feel so good. Let me just stop. Let me move on to the star of the show. Actually, before I go there, let's look at this parsley. Oh, falling. I'm falling over. So this parsley is 3 years old. I heard the parsley's biennial, so I removed the really thick roots and then put them in here, thinking, oh, they'll just last the season, then I will just throw them away. But look at this, they have regrown back. So those are the roots of old parsley, and they've just regrown, which is so beautiful. So unless I need these pots, I'll leave them here, and I'll sow more parsley throughout the season anyway, because it's always good to have more. This little, oh, I don't know if I can grab it, get the worm. Oh, nearly. Come. Oh yeah, oh no, I've got it, I've dropped it. Okay, let me just get it. I don't want to hurt it. I got it. Where can I put you? I'll put you in the yarrow. Put it in the yarrow. Right, the star of the show. The star of the show. This is our oregano. So I put that in this pot last year, just like all the other herbs. It wasn't really doing much, but it is thriving. Look at how beautiful this looks. I need to look for recipes that will highlight the oregano. I've used it in a coconut curry so far, but I'm sure there are other recipes that will actually highlight it more than a coconut curry. So I love this. Look at how lush and beautiful. So happy. If you have any recipes, please let me know in the comment section so I can actually use all this beauty this year. So that is it for this side of the garden. We haven't even gone to the other sides yet, but we will definitely go there. There aren't too much there, unlike this side, so it won't be too long. But oh, oregano, so happy. I could just stay out here, but I won't, because I promised myself not to today. So gonna have some more coffee, have a look at the rest of the garden, and go back inside. Guys, the shot before this was cut off. It was such a weird proportion, so forgive me for that one. I'm just going to show you here. So this is the empty, well, these are the empty pots. So these are going to have cucumbers, melons, aubergine, tomatoes, and yeah, they're all going to go in the 6 pots. We've got basil as well that will go in here, some flowers. So these are on hiatus until it gets warmer, and then the heat-loving crops come out. This chard I transplanted here last year. It nearly bolted, but it slowed the bolt because autumn came and it got cold, so it was just happy staying like this. So this is what they look like. I'm sure they will grow, but I might reuse this pot for other things, so might not keep them in there. We'll see. However, look at the rest of the chard. Look at them growing freely. This is the bumper harvest. So I sowed these in summer. I've had them all winter. They haven't died back. They looked a bit sad at some point, but I've removed those leaves and they're still growing. What is unfortunate is that, look at that snail. Sorry, it's just so cute. So cute. What is unfortunate is that I need these pots for courgettes. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the chard. I might just repot them somewhere else, or just harvest them all and then plant new chard for the winter, so that we can actually have them growing again. And this time round I'll be able to harvest them more and eat more of them, because this was an experiment. I wasn't sure how they were going to keep. They've kept beautifully, and we've been eating from them as well. We've been harvesting them. The red ones grew beautifully. The bright lights, it's like a tricolor, so you've got red, you've got the yellow, then you've got the white. The white didn't last so long, and as you can see, it's good, but not as good as the others, especially the red. So I might just, from now going forward, I might just buy the red chard as opposed to the other colors, because I need productivity and not prettiness. Prettiness is good, but productivity is better. Now we've got the trio of berries, or brambles should I say. We've got the blackberry. This is a thornless variety. It's completely thornless, which is amazing. It's trying to grow everywhere and sprawl, but I'm not letting it because I'm growing in pots. This is not my house. I can't allow it to just do whatever it wants. I need to control it a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. This is what it actually looks like on its own, without all the other brambles creeping over. But I leave them there to support each other until I get extra support for them. So no berries yet, no flowers, but I believe they will flower later on in the season. I shouldn't let the other brambles trick me to thinking they are slow. They're not slow. They will do their thing when the right time comes. So that is the blackberry. Let me show you. It's growing everywhere. Look. It's looking to set its roots somewhere. Look at that. But I'm not giving it a chance because this is not my home. So they'll do this for now until I can gift these to someone that will appreciate them when the season changes. So in the middle, let's see if I can unravel. So this is a tayberry. It's actually coming from this side here, and this one flowered the earliest. So this is a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry, and it's flowering beautifully. It had aphids as well. I'm sure they're still on there, but I'm not too worried because, oh look, aphids. But I'm not too worried because I've learned that last year I was a bit scared, like I said, when they demolished and devoured my crabapple tree. But I'm not going to worry because they're not near the crabapple and at the end of the day, they are also needed for the ladybirds. So I'll let the ladybirds eat them when they all come out, and then they will look after the rest of the plants for me. So let me leave some food for them, because when I see things like this, that's when the worry comes. But I will not be worried. Nature is doing its thing, like so. And though this ladybird apparently eats the other red ones with the black spots, I'm still going to leave it because aphids are here and it's got food. The middle one is a loganberry, which is also a hybrid between a blackberry and a raspberry. I think these might be loganberry flowers thinking of coming out, so that's great. So it looks like tayberry came out first, or bloomed first, loganberry next, and then the blackberries, and then I believe, no, actually the raspberries will bloom first before the blackberries. We'll see, keep you updated on that one. But so far so good. I haven't tried a tayberry before, I haven't tried a loganberry before, but this is the year I try all these delicious things. I can't wait, so excited. The raspberries last year, they gave us a bumper crop, and the leaves are also great for raspberry leaf tea, but I don't want to harvest the leaves just yet. I want to give the plants an opportunity to grow and just produce for us again. So they've already filled out the pots, because you can see this is a raspberry plant, nowhere near the mother. So they're filling up the pot, which is great. More raspberry canes, meaning more fruit. Same here as well. Getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So excited for that. I can't wait for it to just produce. Let me give you their names as well. This is Autumn Bliss, I believe. Where are we? Yeah, Autumn Bliss. So both of them are Autumn Bliss. The blackberry variety is, and you can see I got them for £4 from Asda. This is blackberry thorn free. It just says thorn free. Thorn free. Does it give me a variety? No, it just says blackberry thorn free. That's the thing, if you're buying from Asda or anywhere else like that, they'll often give you like a standard. They don't really give you the names. Sometimes they do, other times they don't. This just says loganberry, and I'm going to presume the tayberry just says tayberry. So I'm not even going to struggle to go to that corner to get that out. I'll leave that for now. So those are the berries. Those are the berries. Okay, I have 7% battery. Let me not be doing this. Let's go. At the end of our tour, got the rhubarb. So my husband actually requested me to buy this for him and my dad, because they both like rhubarb, and I've only harvested 3 stalks. This looks like it can come though. I tried to pull this out the other day and it didn't break for me, so it looks like it's now ready. I'm going to use that. My dad, what he does is he microwaves it for, I need to double check the time with him, because last time I microwaved it for 2 minutes and completely cooked and mushed up the rhubarb. I think he does it for less time. So I'll double check with him, and when I'm making like rhubarb and custard like he does, I will share the recipe as well on my Instagram and TikTok. Whippy, like an umbrella. If I had a small head, which I don't. Let's move on. So I've got the figs. This is the mother plants that I decimated, just so that I can get those 3 little plants. So this one, it looks like it's growing. I don't know if it'll give me, is that a fig? Is that a fig? Oh my gosh, wait, stop. Hold on, I don't know if you can see. It's I don't want to get too excited because I don't want to get disappointed later. That could be a fig, which is amazing because I've had this plant for 4 years and it's never produced for me, or maybe once in the allotment. But the fact that I'm saying maybe means I don't remember, which means that it probably didn't. So I'm not sure. So I'll just say that it hasn't produced for me. No, no, look, guys. Do you know, I have not seen this. I have not. God is so good. Guys, that's a fig. That cannot be a leaf. Wait, hold on. That is a fig. That is a fig. That is a fig. Yes, that is a figaloo. That is a fig. Oh my gosh. Daddy, God is so good. Look, that is a fig right there. That means my desire to hack and slash. I don't know if it was spirit led back then last year when I was hacking and slashing all these plants to propagate. But that means that it was the right thing to do, because my goodness, that is a fig. And do you know what's funny? When I was filming from here, I couldn't see it. There are certain directions in your life where you'll not see your blessing. But I tell you, you just turn a corner and look at that blessing right there. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to share the journey of this fig. I pray it ripens. Are there more? It's the only one. God is good. Oh, baby, grow for me. This fig produced for me last year. However, they didn't ripen. And I just pray they ripen this year along with that beauty. Oh my gosh, it is a fig. Wow. I'm just, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Okay. Very happy about that. Very happy. I can't seem to move away from here, but I need to. Okay, so, oh, so happy. Right, hostas. Look, no, what, no, excuse you, darling. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Where are you? Let me give you a new home. Enjoy your new home. Not on the hostas. Thank you very much. I didn't even get to eat them. I want them for the flowers. So not on the hostas, thank you. So yeah, this is a hosta. So I got this for £4. Yet again, it doesn't say the variety, but I knew the variety when I picked it because I was researching for ages. But it doesn't say the variety, but this is it. It's the green with the whites, with the white lines on the outside. The white edging. So I'll show you more of that as it grows. It's still very young, as you can see, so you can't really see much of it. Let me take you to the back. Collection of pots and no compost to fill them. That's going to be fun. I bought some bamboo as well to trellis the mango, I wish, the melons and other cucurbits as they're growing. And these are the pots that I have. I always feel like they're not going to be enough, but last year I went to a supermarket and God blessed me with these ones. There were flower pots that they use in Asda. I just drilled holes in them and used them to grow peppers, and they worked. So I have them this season. If I need more, I'll go and forage more from Asda, and hopefully they will gift them to me like they did last year. God will provide. I know He will. And coming out into the fruit tree orchard, the orchado. Let's get closer. My phone died and just charged it a little bit and came outside to this glorious sun. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day. Let's go. Wow. I'll just sing in Jenny, the song, because this plant is a kiwi and it's called Jenny. Then I realized copyright, so let's not do that. So look at this beautiful kiwi. It's never produced fruit for me. I know that I'm not looking after it properly. That's the story with these vines. Honestly, I don't know how to look after them properly. And because right now I'm more of a hobby gardener, I look after the things I can look after, and then the rest I just release and pray and hope that they will give me fruit. I've been researching online, and I know I need to probably feed it more and also, trellis it properly, but it's self-pollinating, so it should give me its own fruits. I've had it for years now and nothing, so I know I'm not doing something right, and it might just be the fact that it's in a pot and it's not happy. However, we'll see what happens this year. And it's the same thing for my 5 grapevines, 5 of them, guys. The actual stalk looks great, but because I've been moving houses so often, I've had to prune them back, and I know that is why they're not producing grapes for me. For example, look at this beautiful beast. It's thick, luscious, and should be giving me grapes. Same with this guy. I've had these for 4 years, so they should be producing for me, but they're just not. And I know it's because I've not been able to trellis them properly. I've been cutting off the branches and they're just not happy. This one I bought 2 years ago. So this one I haven't pruned back. I've just left to do its thing because I feel like I need to, just so I can learn how to look after grapes. So that's what I'm doing this year. And hopefully I can trellis them properly. That's why I bought the bamboo, to see if I can trellis them properly with the containers in this back area so that they can give me what I need. And look, the bees are doing their thing. The bumblebees are out. So I left the flowers of the red dead nettle just for the bees. I harvested some of the smaller leaves for salad, but the flowers I left because they were one of the first flowers to come up this year and the bees needed them. And look, they're making good use. I love to see nature thriving, love to see nature working. But now they also have the pear flowers blooming beautifully. Last year we had so many pears and then they all dropped, and I got to eat 1 pear from this entire plant. But I'm still happy because, like I did with everything else, I chopped these guys down because I was moving so often and I couldn't have huge trees in my tiny Citroen C1 car. So I chopped them down and they are very, very short. This is an apple tree, it's a Braeburn apple. And this is a Doyen de Comis pear, one of my favorite pears and my favorite apple. But they're shorter than me and they are at least 5 years old. I didn't think they would keep producing for me, but I was wrong. Last year I had a bumper crop of apples from my Braeburn. They were the tastiest, yes, I'm biased, but they were the tastiest Braeburn apples I've ever had. Crunchy, just how I like them. I wish they were a bit bigger, but they were about this big, about this big, and they were delicious. I can't wait for this year's crop. And because they're in a bigger pot, so I'm praying that their roots are settled this year now. They've been in here for a year. All these trees have been in these pots for a year. I'm praying their roots are settled and they are happy. I'm going to be feeding more this year. That's one of my top priorities for the season, to feed, because I did not feed enough last year. I just allowed them to settle, to get their roots settled. But this year, wait for the plane, or the helicopter. But this year I'm going to feed ridiculous amounts of food. Well, enough, not overfeed, feed just enough. So I get lots of fruits, delicious, tasty, big, juicy fruits to munch on. This is my cherry plant. It was a sunburst cherry. Sometimes I question because the actual fruits, look at this mutant one. Got 2 mutant fruits, another one here as well. But at least I've got some kind of fruits, because this has not been producing for me at all. I believe it was because it was in a smaller pot, so the roots didn't have enough space to sprawl and grow. But now that they're in these big pots, I believe they're 80 liters, these pots. That's the size compared to my foot. Anyway, these shoes are huge anyway, so they're not the best comparison, but they're huge pots. So they're happier this year, giving me lots of cherries. I had lots at the start anyway, but a lot of them have dropped off. But I still have some left, so I can't complain. Even one is more than I had last year, so I'm very happy. You can see there's some more there as well. I'm not complaining at all. There was a big cluster just on here, but it looks like they've all fallen. Oh look, one survived. Sunburst cherry, come to mama. I can't wait. And they're so sweet and juicy. I had some at the allotment because they had room to grow. And now I'm going to have some here in our home. Look at this ladybird doing its thing, living its life. I love that. And another one. I'm so happy to see them. So happy. And this, my darlings, the pièce de résistance, the crabapple tree. And my heart is so glad to see all these flowers, all these blooms. You would not believe how happy I am. I cried over this plant last year. My mum will tell you, my husband will tell you how much I cried over it, because the crab apples are like sugar. She actually convinced me to buy this. I wasn't going to buy it because I thought, look at the size, guys. I had to chop my apple tree to be less than 5 foot, and look at the size of this beauty. But I still bought it and I dragged it home in my car. It was flapping in the wind out of the window, but I still dragged it home. And I'm so happy this year because look at all these potential crab apples. I'm so excited to taste them again. They're super sweet. Usually crab apples are tart, but these are super sweet. They're like candy. And look, so many blooms. Last year I didn't get a single bloom. All the leaves were curled because the aphids just had a field day. But this year, I believe because I put them in the bigger pots, they have more resistance. The roots have been growing and they are looking luscious. I wish I can get higher with my 5'5" self and video the blooms up there in the good lights, but they are covered in blooms and I am so excited. I can't wait, but I'll keep you updated, guys. I don't know how many of these blooms will stay on, but I pray they all do so we can have a bumper crop of crab apples to munch on. So excited. Before we go as well, this is a morning glory. Not morning glory. I always call it morning glory, but it's not. It's mock orange, and this is the biggest aphid trap I've ever seen. Flies love it, aphids love it. The petals are beautiful white with gorgeous yellowy orange center. They smell divine, and it's a trap crop for me. An absolute trap crop. The pot needs to be changed. It needs a bigger pot. However, that's not my priority this season. I'm sorry, morning glory. It needs a prune as well, but yet again, not my priority this season. My priority is to grow lots of greens, and to feed these plants. That is my priority. Last year was pepper, which I got loads of peppers. This year it's greens and feeding. So I'm just out in the front garden, freezing still, but I'm okay. Just wanted to show you the rhododendrons, which I top dressed with the oh my gosh. Oh, let me be quick. It's so cold. Okay, let me be quick. Right, so rhododendron luteum, let me show you. That's what they look like. So pretty, but the blooms don't last very long. I still love them though. I've top dressed them with echinacea. My goodness, Rose. Okay. Okay. Focus. I topped I topped dressed them. I'm not putting this in the B-roll. I'm not doing this. I'm just going to continue. I top dressed them with ericaceous soil. Yes, English, Fabra. That was fancy, but English, let's do it. I top dressed them with ericaceous soil, so they are looking happy. I pray this year that the small blooms, the blooms stay longer, maybe because I fertilized them properly. And I'm going to feed them just like the blueberries with the ericaceous fertilizer. This is another rhododendron luteum. Beautiful. The flowers are so pretty. I can't wait to show you guys. So I've got this smoke bush. It's so pretty, and the bristles, as you can see, forming here, they're like a brush. Very soft, feathery, gorgeous. I love this bush. So beautiful. I've got my Mahonia. These are very spiky, and my neighbor, she's done so well because when it's very windy they blow over the fence, and I've seen her bring them over a few times, but I'm going to move them soon just so that she doesn't have to go to the effort of looking after my plants for me. She's done very well, but they're very spiky as well. I need to double check if I can do anything with these because they're pretty. But this plant is also 3 years old. I got it from the garden center, and look at this, another new shoot is coming out, so it's quite happy. I've top dressed it with compost as well, so I know that it's happy here. Then I've got 3 of the morning glory. No, you see, I always say morning glory. The mock oranges, I've got 3 of them here as well. They need pruning, they need bigger pots. The story goes on, however, not yet. Unless I find a way to take them with me, I don't think I'll be investing in bigger pots for them, because the money needs to go elsewhere. But for now, I'm happy with them. They're growing, they look okay. They're not super happy, they're not filled with joy, but they're okay, which is all I can ask from them. The front garden looks messy, however, it has been winter. And when the chance comes, I'm going to come out here and clear out some of the moss, clear out some of the weeds, and those Herb Roberts are going to be used for mouthwash, so they're good there. But I'll clear it all up and then spray it to make it look good for the season ahead. So yes, very happy, very happy. I almost forgot, this is my success story from the winter. These are peppers. I'm not sure if they're the cayenne peppers or if they are bell peppers, or chili peppers, because I didn't differentiate. I put 7 or 10 in the containers, put them out into the room over winter just to experiment to see if they came back, and boy did they come back. Look, they're peppers looking to open, the flowers looking to open, and it's not even May. So I've had to repot them into these big containers just to keep them here and keep them thriving. And then when the weather warms up, there's no risk of frost or freezing cold like it is today, I will take them outside and get them to just soak in the sun and bear fruit for us. And we should have a lot more this year because the plant is a year old. Peppers are perennial, so they will live as long as the weather allows them and the nutrition allows them. So these are going to be well loved this year and give us lots of bumper crops of peppers. I'm excited just to show you the seedlings as well. I wasn't going to show these in this video, but whilst I'm here, when in Rome. So the tomatoes are growing beautifully. These actually need to be repotted. I tried the egg cartons this year and they're doing well for me. I'll show you the basil. I told you we're gonna have lots of basil this year. Lots of basil. So these are growing again for me. The empty spaces are peppers that have not germinated. All my seeds are at least 2 or 3 years old. So that's why I just sow them all just to see what will happen. We've got some aubergines here, we've got some scarlet kale, some precoce di Toscana kale, kohlrabi that has just given up on me, which is fine because I only got 3 anyway. I've got the tomato seedlings that go out a bit, yes. So I've got Sun Baby and Red Cherry. That might not be the name of the red cherry. That just might be me calling it red cherry. I've got Sun Baby and something else that's red. The beetroots are very leggy, but I heard I can repot them up to the first leaves and they should be fine. Yeah, growing the beetroot for husband as his request. And I'll show you the other seedlings as I've added them to this video. My favorite view. Follows this garden from above. I usually sit here whilst I'm working and just enjoy the view. So gorgeous. I'm going to show this in this video. I was going to do a separate video, put it on Instagram and TikTok, but here we are. Let me show you. So the cucurbits have done so well for me this year. They live in here, and then I move them to the windowsill. The windowsill is going to have a good clean before I move them all outside. But this is the harvest that I'm going to get. I'm even imagining potential melons. Like, so these are the plants that are going to give me a harvest this year. I've got 3 Petit de Rennes melons. So they're going to go in one of the pots in the back. I've got 2 butternut squashes. These are butterfly F1. So you can see the true leaves have come out already. The seedling leaves are dying back and they're crisping on the edges. I might research what I need to do for them, but I think they're fine because the true leaves are looking great. I'll leave them there for now. I've got 3 cucumbers. This is Cornichon de Paris. All the French heirlooms that I grew are growing beautifully, and what's funny is that these seeds are also 2 or 3 years old. So I'll save seeds from these plants when I get them to grow on next year, because the ones left in the bag, I don't believe they'll make it. Next year my plan is to just grow everything I have and then restock on seeds. So next year is going to be the season of growing everything. So these seeds, I have learned a big lesson from them. So I repotted them from these pots, the egg cartons, very early, and I also put them outside thinking, oh, you know, the sun is not too strong. Forgot them, and a lot of them have died back. So whichever poached eggplant seeds, flowers that we get this year. And these are calendula, same issue with the calendula. A lot of them died back, like this one. And I also read that because this compost is actually not seedling compost, maybe their roots didn't develop properly. So this is my biggest lesson from this season. Don't transfer seedlings into normal compost too early because it could kill them, like so. However, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calendula coming up, which I'm so happy about. And I've got maybe 2 poached eggplants or 4. We'll see what happens in the season. And here we have the next sowing. So all my courgettes from the previous sowing didn't come up, which is fine because I expected that. The seeds are old, like I said. So I sowed some more, and out of all the ones that I sowed, only 2 came up. This is Bolognese, and I'm just happy to have courgettes. The rest are beetroot, and you can see they're just popping up now. So I'm excited to see courgettes growing. I'm excited to have beetroots everywhere. I'm excited to have flowers and melons and cucumbers and squash. So happy. I've also planted, just one moment, some beans here. They're not doing anything. I'm not Never planted beans before, and I'm not an expert by any means. But we'll see. If they do anything, if they don't, we'll see. This is an experiment for the year. Growing, growing, growing. I didn't know. I'm learning. I'm still learning. Maybe. Maybe. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my garden today. Thank you for being here whilst I showed you how everything grew. Thank you for staying to the end of this video if you already have. Subscribe if you want to see more garden tours this year. I'll be uploading one every single week. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking around as well. I see that I had 544 subscribers who have stayed around with me. I believe from when I went on my Ghana trip, which was 3 years ago, and that number's been sustained. I see people have emailed me as well with queries. Thank you for everything. I truly appreciate you guys, and cheers to a growing season ahead, and I pray you stay tuned. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you.